Hello, I'm Thomas Schreiner, the Lean Farmer. Welcome to another exciting video. We have multiple improvements to show you on the farm, plus one with the chicken coop, which I think is always fun, and mixed in a little bit of farm life in there for you, especially it's been pretty chilly and cold and lots of snow, so I hope you enjoy this one. Okay, so I'm in here with my forge, and my son, he typically works from this end, so he's got a good door. I gave him the better side. And then on this end, you can see I got a lot of dragon's breath coming out. So I tried multiple improvements, and I'll show you the first improvement that I did. So the first improvement is I blocked it with a fire brick, and it works good, but it's hard to get to any of the material that's in there because basically the brick is blocking where the material's at. And then the other thing it does is it forces the flame up, which creates a lot of heat around that top lip. So I've come up with another improvement. I'm gonna try it. So I had a piece of metal that kind of has an L shape to it, and I had to do a little cutting on it. But anyway, I've now placed it in front of the opening, and it wraps up and around. If it works, I'll eventually figure out how to hinge it on there, like attach some hinges. But now, instead of blocking the bottom, I've blocked the top. I force the heat down to the bottom where I want it. It helps keep the heat inside the furnace where I want it. And it should make it a little bit easier for me to work and reach my pieces. And you can see it's very easy for me to get the tongs right there, pull it in and pull it out. And I'm not blocking my flame like I had with the brick, and I can still manipulate the piece of metal real easy. So I think this is gonna work out great, and it holds a lot of heat still inside the furnace, which is exactly where I need it. Okay, so I got my next improvement where I basically just took some hinges and welded it on, and I've got it where it'll rotate. First thing you can tell is I don't know how to weld, but anyway, I'm happy with the improvement. So now I don't have to have the fire brick sitting up there, which causes the top to heat up. And I've got this where it'll pivot up and down, and that makes it a lot easier. So just a couple small quick improvements. So winter is in full swing here, and I always like to give you a little glimpse of what we got going on the farm. We recently got a good snow, and this is me heading off to work in the morning. Our driveway is a half-mile long, and of course, you can see that it was untouched at this point, and it's always a fun little adventure getting down that driveway the first time. You have to watch. It's hard to tell, but on the left there's a pretty steep drop-off. So you really have to take your time. This is the dirt road that we live on. We're the only driveway on a 1 mile long dirt road, and amazingly they had actually plowed this road, so that made it pretty easy. So this is our washover bridge, and that's always a fun one to cross in snow and ice. I got home after work, and fortunately my neighbor had plowed the driveway. But as you can see, there's still a lot of snow and ice on this driveway, and that's because this part of the driveway is on the north side of the hill, so it gets pretty much no sun, and it really does make it a challenge because it'll stay there for quite a while. But he did a great job plowing it, and if you got a four-wheel drive truck or a vehicle, you're just inconvenienced a few days out of the year, so it's not too bad, but still a pretty drive. Okay, so I'm going to show you the next improvement. We've had quite a bit of trouble here recently with the canine predators. The coyotes are really bad up here. So I've made an improvement to the chicken coop to offer it a little more protection. Okay, so we got a new solar power charger. And I have to say, this is kind of cool. Normally, if you remember, or if you've done much with solar power chargers, they're huge. So this is really nice. They've come a long way to get them to be this small. And then it came with this new little contraption here where you can set it. Rooster's not happy. where you can set it for winter sun, like spring and fall, and then summer sun. So that is definitely an improvement on their design. So what I've done is I've come in here and I've run electric wire all around, like where if a bear were to come up and try to get there, it'll give him a pretty good jolt. The same with if something starts nosing around there, it would give him a good jolt. And then I've got wires spaced at different intervals around the chicken coop. So, and it goes all the way around. So if something starts nosing around, they should get a pretty good shock. I'm gonna probably come back and experiment with running some other wires up and down through there, or maybe running some additional parallel wires. But right now that's what I'm going with. I also added solar powered lights on all 4 corners just to help brighten it up a little bit. And then on this door here, you just flip it down, and right now there's no charge going through this because it's not connected to anything. As soon as you close it, it's touching this wire, so it's got charge to it. And then all you have to do is go up under it, scoop it up, and again, there's no charge. Put it in place, and it's good to go. The chickens can go in and out with no issues. So I'm hoping that, you know, if we get a predator poking around, a skunk, a possum, a fox, a dog, whatever it may be, that they'll get the picture and back off. Thanks again for watching. Keep making those improvements, and we'll catch you next time, hopefully with some nicer weather.